Sorry, why did you want to meet?
Simon. He's lied and cheated. He's bullied me. I'm sure he treats the other women he sees just as badly.
So what do you want then?
Do you remember that one day after school with the pigeon?
What you did seemed to come so naturally to you.
How are you, man?
I'm all right.
You made one of my favorite movies years ago, Los Ojos de Julia.
Oh, God, that was years ago, Ruben.
Yeah.
I don't want even to know how many years ago. Oh, but thank you. Yeah, that was fun.
That's my first question. It is something different for you as a director, as a male director, having female as a lead protagonist, and usually your female lead protagonist is a woman who is bothered or disturbed by something, like something is bothering her. It usually became supernatural.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any purpose. I think like in Los Ojos de Julia, there was had a female protagonist, and in the Wasp there are two. I've got two female protagonists.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course there's nothing, and of course they are in trouble because it's a film, and what you're going to see is probably the most exciting things that ever happened to those characters. So, but there's no purpose on it. It's just I've got other projects and with male protagonists that hopefully I'm going to make.
But why? Do you feel that you're more sensitive telling your story through a female eyes? Because now, and I have to be honest, when I was watching the movie, I felt that like if you're watching a different version of Diabolix and this symbiosis, because what one character has, the other one lack of, and then the opposite. And for me, that symbiosis is super exciting. And then when I remember the Diabolix, it's like these two women have something in common, and they just unifies a strength to do something. And it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's amazing that you mentioned that film, because Clouzot is one of my favorite directors.
That's cool.
Yeah. And yeah, well, it's when you have two characters, right? Always, you have two clowns.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about comedy. I'm not talking those clowns. They can be dramatic. They can be sinister. But you've got the serious clown and the clown that is less serious and takes the piece of the serious one. And the energy is completely different. And I was when I had Heather and Carla, I thought about those two clowns and how to manage the different energies. And I think that we succeeded doing this because it's just there. But it's something. It's a lesson that I learned a long time ago at university in the drama school. So that gives you the dynamics between the characters and the relationship and the energy, because the energy is very different between them.
Yeah, because the cool thing about these characters, it's like we get to know them separated first, and then they have something in common. How easy or what challenges you have as a director to adapt something that was created for a play script for theater? I know the same person who wrote the script for theater wrote the script for your movie, and I wonder how challenging, because I know you have worked a lot in small spaces, like spaces. And for me, this movie, I just felt when I was watching it that the wall was getting like smaller, and or probably the characters were getting bigger. And I find it interesting because when you watch a movie based on a play, you're usually in one stage, but this one moves in different stages. But like, how difficult is it for you as a creator, as a director, to do that and to work in small spaces?
I've been doing, for the last 10 years, I've been doing here in UK, because I'm based in London, I've been doing a TV series called Inside Number 9. That is quite a cult TV series. And it's just half an hour in every episode. Is a bottle episode. So it's set in one single location. Usually there's only two characters, a lot of dialogue. and you never leave that location, and they talk a lot. And I've got, as a director, one single camera. so I've done 15 of those episodes. Then when the Wasp came to me, and I really loved the script and I really loved the project, I was not concerned at all about the fact that, right, I've got only 2 characters, 1 camera, 1 single location, because I've learned that you have what is very powerful is the attention to the details. Mm-hmm. As a director, you think in another way. It's not like, right, I'm going to shoot that scene that is going to be in the editing, and then there will be another scene in another place, and there will be another scene in another place. It's you have to think really into the nuance of the performance, into the detail, in the lighting, and have 3 creative decisions that they're going to affect the whole piece. So I think I would say that. I don't think that is. I think it's more than challenging. It's exciting because you are limited, and when you're limited, you can be very creative.
Yeah,
and it's something I've always found very excited and challenges as a director. And when you find a solution, that's you're very happy with that.
I know the audience is gonna love the ending and those different twists that the movie has. How do you work this with the actresses? You have 2 spectacular actresses. How was that part of the rehearsal? Because it's something that's built during the whole movie. The tension that is built is during the whole movie, and it ends with something that I love it. How do you work with the actresses to create this kind of energy that lands into this great ending?
The first thing I thought was doing rehearsals, because the schedule was very tight. So I thought, you're not going to have time, just to do rehearsals. So in set, and I wanted to do rehearsals, but then we ended up doing a read through, which was great because you hear the lines for the first time, and the interaction between the actresses, and it starts building that kind of relationship, and you go through the characters, etc. But then instead of doing rehearsals, I decided something that I had never done before, which is shooting chronologically.
Okay.
So every day we did a bit of, kind of a 6, 7, sometimes 8 pages, and we continued the very next day, and that allowed the rehearsal was in set. So, and I think the result is something visceral, and I'm very satisfied with that. Because otherwise, is you do rehearsals, and then then the rehearsals allow the actresses and you to explore the characters and the situations and everything, but then allow us to think about too much. And what we did in the Wasp was just going there, doing that bit, see how the characters interact, film it. And that was it was very, very visceral. And I think there's something special then in the screen, because there's no reflection in it. It's just there.
My last question is, how was that experience in the Tribeca Film Festival? Because I was reading feedback, and my own idea of the movie, I think it lands perfectly. Reading how people perceive it and felt it. How was that experience on showing your movie in that festival?
It was great. It was fantastic. That was the first screening that we had with the audience. So that was magical for me.
The reaction.
So nice to hear the reactions, and even clapping. I was surprised. But they said, the Americans always clap. They told me. So I was a bit worried at the end. But they told me they always clap. They always clap. So, but it was great. I think that it's good to see the film finished, and when I mean finished is technically finished with all the elements, the visual effects, the soundtrack. You see it perfectly, you listen to everything perfectly, but with the audience, and that's the change. That's what you want to feel. You want to feel the reactions. You want to feel when the moments that they laugh, the moments that they got very tense, and that was great. That was an amazing experience, I have to say. And the festival is beautiful.
I know. Guillem, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations. I think it's a great movie. I felt that I was watching one of those classic Hitchcockian kind of style movies. And
Thank you very much, Ruben.